Do you remember me?
Stand tall, Yutz. Head looks like a monkey's behind.
She's gonna be all right.
How you feeling, Ma?
I'm fine. Let's go home.
Mrs. Petrillo, I'm Dr. Corley.
Pleased to meet you. Well, goodbye.
Mrs.
Living in a slum. Now I'll never get a woman to come over to my place. Not with these bugs. Okay, and this body. But mainly the bugs.
Angelo, take me to your apartment. Her cousin Joe is hanging the wallpaper in Tony Bennett's guest bathroom.
Oh, that's nice.
He says celebrities stop by there all the time. In one day, he saw Dean Martin, Liberace, Don Rickles, and Mitzi Gaynor.
All of these people stop by to use the bathroom on the same day?
What am I, urologist to the stars? You got the message? We got the flowers.
Come on, Ma.
Well, I also told her that Rose and I are getting out of the sandwich game.
Well, when we went over the books, the profits weren't quite what we expected.
Tell me, is Blanche back yet?
Oh, she's in the living room.
Thanks.
George, do you know why I'm going to New York with Jenny? Not just to help her, to be with someone who needs me. Think about it. Think about that. I've got the second half of my life to take care of, and I don't want to do it alone.
Pay me enough to endorse that slime on a shingle.
Ma, this is a nationwide commercial. There is a lot of money involved here.
Sorry, Dorothy. There are two things a Sicilian won't do. Lie about pizza and file a tax return. Forget it, Si. Tough break, Sophia. 1 minute you're about to entertain the masses, the next you're back on a foot covering a corn pad. Now you know how Valerie Harper feels.
Well, come on, let's dance.
I have a confession to make. Ma, I came here to beg you for the last time not to get married. I didn't want you and Max together because it looked like you were cheating on Pop. I know it doesn't make any sense, but I still think of the two of you as being married, and I didn't want Max taking Pop's place, but...
Early today so I could get the press list information ready before lunch.
Dorothy, you're such a treasure. I hope that man appreciates you. Well, you've only been there for a week, and you already know almost as much about running that museum as I do.
It's a museum. What's to know? You bang in a nail, you hang up a picture. Any idiot could do that.
Stop bragging, Ma. You're only saying that because I'm your...
In a malt shop, the greatest pleasure you can get is slurping up what's left in the blender.
Is it any wonder I never breastfed her?
Well, at least I'm not bitter.
I always assumed I'd be kept by a younger man.
It's not too late. They get younger every day.
Seeing both of you. But of course, that is a decision that you will have to make. Now, if you will excuse me, it's time for me to change into my third linen suit of the day. In this heat, I go through them like Kleenex.
Oh, of all the nerve. How could he possibly explain our situation? He's always doing charity events.
I guess it's worth a shot.
Yeah. You don't have to go through all that trouble. He'll be at the show. What you need is faith.
And what you need is a psychiatrist who enjoys a challenge.
Well, I like to entertain a lot, but the cardboard box I was living in was only suitable for small dinner parties.
Breakfast is cereal and coffee. And they ask you to pay a quarter, but if you say you don't have it, no one makes a fuss. Just make sure you get there early. A lot of times they run out.
my God, what's happened? Is he all right?
He'll be okay. I just hate seeing him like this.
Oh, are you a relative?
I'm his wife.
His wife? He told with that award.
I'm sorry we're late, but we couldn't find the table. But then I recognized Dorothy's hacking. Everybody, this is Raoul.
It's a pleasure. Now, isn't somebody going to say something? Ma? Angela? Fine, I'll wait.
You know what I think? That reindeer really know how to fly?
We had a terrific time. I really like Holly.
Holly, that has to be one of the funniest stories I've heard in ages.
Doesn't Rose ever tell St. Olaf stories?
All the time.
Hello, Blanche.
Hi, darling. Hi, Rose. Did you have happy times then?
Yes, actually, we did. It was a chance to get together and remember other happy times.
She's beginning to get to me. In Sicily, we used to wash our dishes in the river.
I hope that's Mr. Fix-It.
We used to beat them against the rocks.
No, Sophia.
Bad. In fact, just last week, I was reading that you can buy the sperm of Nobel Prize winners. Or was it Star Search winners?
Buy? Well, sperm used to be free. It was all...
Husband's brother, Lars, and the whole town was shocked. Of course, that could have been because at the time Inga was on trial for her late husband's dismemberment.
It was probably a factor.
The trial went on for months. Attorney's fees cost her an arm and a leg.
At least something good came out of that horrible night.
Hello.
Aren't going to eat it. Why did you take it?
It's the principle. You're always leaving me out of things.
Now, Sophia, that's not true.
The hell it isn't. What about that dance marathon you cut me out of?
Oh, now, come on, Ma. That was different. There was money at stake.
We didn't even tell each other about that. I remember I was the first one to arrive, you remember? Well, how was lunch?
Blanche, I don't know how the woman does it. The herring was not only delicious, but it looked happy.
Well, Caroline, did you tell your daddy about your little talk with Rose?
I embody the values of truth and honesty for which the award stands.
What happened to Emma Immerhofer?
She was disqualified when they found a skeleton in her closet.
What was it?
Mr. Immerhofer.
This thing isn't solid gold, is it?
Oh, no, you just peel off the gold foil and it's...
Senior, cut the crap and put out the stogie, Rocco.
I like your style. Right suit, right haircut, voice a little higher, you could pass as Frank Nitti.
What the hell are you talking about?
A little higher, I think you got it.
You really knew Frank Nitti?
Well, sure, Frank Nitti.
Oh, Rose, I'm having a wonderful time. You're a lot of fun to be with.
Oh, I'm having a good time, too. I don't think I've had this much fun since I was a little girl back in St. Olaf. I remember once when I was about 10. Happened, Charlie was here, in your body.
Really? If I'd known he was coming, I would have tidied up a bit.
The Oak Ridge Boys, Rose. Our names.
Oh! Gee, I'm not sure about this. I mean, when you think about Christmas, don't you think about giving gifts?
Yes, but that's not the first thing. You know, when I think of Christmas, I think of Christmas in New York.
On Grammy Hollingsworth's plantation. That beautiful old place is going to be gone forever. I used to spend my summers there and Christmas vacations and whenever there was a fight in the house between Big Daddy and Big Mommy.
Big Mommy. Gee, I don't think I ever knew her name before.
Dorothy, I just don't believe you. I feel like working this body up into a manic frenzy.
Well, great. We still have time to get to class.
Oh, who cares about class? The circus is in town. I say we go look up the Flying Finelli Brothers.
Grandma, this is my fiancée, Lorraine, and this is her mother and her 2 aunts.
Oh, wait. This is your fiance?
Yeah, that's right.
You couldn't find someone your own age?
What is that supposed to mean?
No offense, but it means you're doing they don't add a swimsuit competition.
Doesn't she have the most adorable little sneeze?
He is. And that's why I'm going to be honest with you about something else, too. I'm not who you think I am. In 1968, I had an operation. Until that time, I lived life as part-time stenographer and mild-mannered housewife.
Well, I was in my aerobics class when I noticed this gorgeous man checking me out. So during the buttocks lifts, he motioned for my phone number. Well, I didn't want to appear easy, so I rolled over on my back and flung my legs over my head.
That's what I call giving him a brush off.
Shirley MacLaine died 5 or 6 times, and she's just sweet as pie.
Oh, hi, girls. I'm glad you're still up. We're on our way to the beach for a sunrise breakfast. Why don't you get dressed and join us?
No, thank you, Rose.
Well, okay, suit yourself. I'm just going to grab a few blankets and be on my way.
Rose, come on, sit down. We have to...
I feel like a complete fool.
Oh, sweetheart, no. Listen, let me tell you something. Back when I was in the Army, inside my locker, I kept a picture of Betty Grable. And she was wearing a lot less than you were wearing in my birthday photo. Sweetheart, she was the darling.
Look, I'm not going out with him. You go, Blanche. What? Well, you like him. I know you do, so you go. What? I couldn't.
Of course she couldn't.
You stay out of this, darling.
Well, what? I'm so sorry Helltown was canceled.
Frank, I'm sorry. Please tell me that's a Nehru jacket.
No, it's not.
Rose, let's go heat up the lasagna. Come on.
This up.
So what? I'm old. I'm supposed to be colorful.
I'm gonna miss her.
Me too.
Me too.
I'm not going to stand for it. I am going to march in there right now and tell her we need her every bit as much as that old Phil does.
Oh, Blanche, for...
Wasting the taxpayers' money. Yank out that tree and start pouring cement.
Mrs. Claxton, think about what you're doing. That beautiful old tree is 200 years old. How can you hate a living thing?
I hate you.
That's it. I have had all I'm going to take from you. Why can't grief take a holiday?
Oh, it does, Rose, it does. Eventually it comes to Miami like everyone else. Oh, my God. I don't believe it. Barry Glick is in town. Oh, I haven't seen him since high school.
He scared me to death.
Oh, me too.
He scared me too, but you want to know something? It could be worse. I mean, we could each be alone. At least we're together. We have each other.
Go by me. I'm in and out on my children's first names.
It's the 117th anniversary of the birth of Robert Frost.
I love him, always nipping at your nose.
That was Jack Frost. Robert Frost is the guy who interviewed Richard Nixon on TV.
Too soon?
Rose, do you think we can go call St. Olaf now and you can explain it to them the way I explained it to you?
Well, we could try. We might not be able to get a hold of anybody. It's Everybody Hide the Corn Day.
It was a perfect reception. For once, everything to Blanche. When she told me how badly you were dying to meet me...
Wait a minute. Blanche told you I was dying to meet you? The only reason I showed up here is because she told me you were a lonely single gal who was dying to meet me.
She didn't.
Yes, she did. So what do you think this means?
Well, that thing's only a tramp would do. But now that you're dying, I mean... Please forgive me, Blanche. I didn't know, please.
I am not dying, Rose, but I might as well be. It's menopause. Well, I wish I could die, because as far as I'm concerned, this is the end of my life.
There, I knew you could do it.
Oh, I've just been so dumb about this whole thing. Should have respected what you wanted to do.
You really mean that?
Yes, I do. Let me drive you to the airport, and we'll think up baby names on the way.
Great. I'll go get rid of the cab.
Pull yourself together, pussycat. Gershwin confused a lot of people.
Now he tells me that he's going to serve wild duck and crayfish. They come from the wetlands. It's like holding a Save the Whales function on a Japanese trawler.
Is there an open ball?
You know, Ma, that's part of the problem. Nobody cares.
Hey, Dad, I'm gonna get frozen. I read a magazine article on cryogenics. I mean, they freeze you, and then when they find a cure for what you've got, they bring you back to life.
Rose, there is no proof of that working.
Oh, they've had great success with the Arctic beetle.
You have nothing in common.
Listen up! I want 3 people in here, the pregnant woman, the coach, and the baby.
You heard him, ladies. Okay, Doc, let's go.
Listen, if anybody is staying in here with my daughter, it is her mother.
Blanche, honey, we'll be right in the waiting room if you need us.
Okay. How you doing, baby?
I'm scared.
Oh, honey, there's nothing to be.
What's going on?
Oh, Blanche is telling me about Freud.
Why are you asking her? I'm the one who slept with him.
This year, like the rest of you. Sophia, Dorothy's just concerned about your health.
We all are.
Ma, you have been walking around sick for over a week. You would feel a lot better if you would just obey the doctor's orders. Now look, either you're going to follow his orders or I'm going to call him and tell on you.
Ooh, what is he gonna do? Come over and spank me?
To revenge.
Oh, look at this one. Scrunched up little frown, kind of reminds me of my mother.
Well, the car's all packed and I'm ready to go. Rose, before you go, I just want to give you a little advice. Sometimes in life, you start out down one path. Suddenly, the wind changes direction, and you find yourself swimming upstream, looking for new horizons.
Ma, what the...
Barely cover my perky bosoms.
You're only going to sit in an inch of water?
Let us behave and...
Well, this year we just happened to have gotten a real actor, a star of incredible magnitude. Oh, Dorothy, the Miami Community Players are going to have the extraordinary experience of working with none other than the incandescent Mr. Patrick Bond.
Oh, my baby, and he's running a very high fever. Could you come over right away? No, this is not Blanche playing a joke. Thanks, Harry. Thanks very much.
He's coming right away. Oh, dear, I better freshen up.
Blanche, he is not coming over to look at you. He's coming over to look at the baby. You want me to go out with him tonight because you knew he'd bring it up?
I can explain. Just don't lock me away in another ill-equipped nursing home.
I promise nothing.
It's true, I did send him away that night because he was dressed like a hood. And then he started to mouth off to me. So I told him to leave and not to come back until he was wearing a decent jacket and a tie.
Yeah, but why did...
Dorothy, honey, it's Rose. We need to talk.
I said go away.
Leave it to me. In a few minutes, I'll have her beaming from ear to ear.
I'm gonna miss you, Miles.
Rose, there won't be a day I won't be thinking about you. Goodbye. Rose, darling. You take good care of her, ladies.
I became an assistant basketball coach, then I became a teacher, then came the priesthood.
What do you think you'll do next?
Would anybody care for more coffee? I have another pot brewing.
Oh, yes, let me give you a hand, Dorothy. Excuse me. You know, black is your color.
My studio. Well, what a pleasant surprise.
Laszlo, we all know. We figured it all out this afternoon.
So, I am caught at last. Well, what can I say?
Blanche and Rose, get out, Dorothy. It's you I want.
Dorothy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'd never seen him in overalls before.
At me. I tried to convince Myra that he's just a friend, but she wouldn't listen. For some reason, she won't accept a divorce. I really feel threatened.
Ma, Stan gave me an engagement ring.
I see. Excuse me.
This place is too filled with memories to let me get on with my life. I need to start over without you, Charlie. And I think this is the best way. I know it'll be tough in a strange town, all alone, but I've read some wonderful things about Miami.
Josie, you're the prettiest girl in the county.
Shut up! Go on, Biff.
I need your answer now, Josie. What's it going to be?
I want you to take me, Biff. About, what, 3 years ago?
It seems like
Stanley
yesterday.
can't remember? Oh, damn.
What's the matter, pussycat?
I can't balance my checkbook. Ah, the hell with it. I'm only off by a few pennies.
A few pennies. To you, it may not be much, but back in Sicily, a few pennies could make the difference between owning a gun and having to...
Family isn't going to be together anymore. It's just not going to be the same. So, I've decided I'm going to move in with my daughter, Kirsten. I think that's best.
Leave? You are going to leave, Rose? You can't do that. Well, you see, do you? Because of your $1.98 romance, you are... Come in. Oh, it's you.
Look, Blanche, we have to talk.
I don't believe I have anything to say to you, Dorothy.
Then let me do the talking. Elliot was just here, and he...
You do that sometimes, Dorothy. After you've had a Denver omelet.
Now, you know, this is a real invasion of Rose's privacy. And it's a Spanish omelet.
Doesn't it bother you?
Not if I take a little jet.
You have to get him out of
Look,
here.
girls, I know how difficult it is living with Stanley. Don't forget, I did it for 38 years. But the man is recovering from major surgery. He needs us.
He is taking advantage of you.
He is sick. Now, he's the only one who can know when he's ready to leave. It has to be his decision.
Well, sometimes people...
You better be getting to bed, darling. You're in training. Oh, wait a minute. Almost forgot. I want you to put this lingerie on under your uniform for batting practice.
I know you said you'd help my game, but do you think this will work?
Yes. You're cuter than me. My life is over.
Well, Blanche, if you feel like that about it, you can get a facelift too.
Oh, I can't do that. My surgery scares me to death. That's out of the question.
Well, then you'll just have to grow old along with the rest of us.
I couldn't go on if I had to look like the two of you. To take things slow and have an old-fashioned romance.
Take things slow. An old-fashioned romance? How does all this make you feel?
Like a lady.
Mom, dinner was delicious.
Oh, it certainly was. You must have spent all day in that kitchen.
Oh, no, it's a simple recipe. You just take some mashed potatoes and mixed vegetables and ground lamb and throw them all together. Where we come from, it's called shepherd's pie. Where I come from, it's called garbage.
Sorry.
Well, you ought to be. What about Dorothy? She happens to be my friend.
There's no reason to bring Dorothy into this.
Hi, Elliot.
Well, hello, Rose. My, what is that marvelous scent you're wearing?
Fancy albacore tuna. I made a casserole for dinner.
Would you serve?
Isn't it good to be back in the old neighborhood, Dorothy? Watching the kids playing...
Sophia, it's good to see you.
I just came by to pick up my medical alert bracelet. I believe I left it here last week.
I'm wearing it.
That's dangerous.
No, it turns out we're both allergic to the sun.
They lock us in our rooms and force us to look like we're having fun. Then they take pictures for their brochure.
Ma, you know that's not true. You'll have to excuse my mother. She recently had a stroke, and her perception is a little, distorted.
Oh, yeah.
Miss Devereaux, the doctor will see you now. Through that door, end of the hall.
Come on, Mama.
Eyes straight, ladies. Ma, no opening doors.
And that's pretty much the procedure. Rebecca will be taken care of by her own doctor after selecting a donor from thousands of acceptable possibilities.
Well, I'll just grab my pants and go.
Holly. Rose, I don't need a lecture. It's over. No, it's not. I'll leave in the morning. Obviously, I won't be coming back.
You see? Everybody thinks the best way to show someone you care is by going into debt. I mean, where is the love? Where's the sharing? Where is the true spirit of Christmas?
Neiman Marcus, ladies' apparel, 3rd floor.
No, maybe you're right, Dorothy. You know I've spent too much again this year.
Girls,
Oh, come on, let's go to bed.
Yeah, I'm beat.
Me too. Me too.
Me too.
These three ladies here want a couple of boxes of the King George prophylactics.
Lambskins are the ultra-sensitive.
Two of them have the lambskins, and the blonde has the ultra-sensitive in black.
Rose, your father was a dairy farmer. You look for food in your freezer.
Psychiatrist didn't make me feel better. I feel better that you all feel better, but I don't feel any better.
Not even a little?
No. In fact, I feel worse.
Why worse?
He was my last hope.
After what happened, I realized it isn't.
And you don't want to become involved with someone who could get hurt every time he goes out to work.
I'm sorry, Al.
That's not the first time I've heard it. I understand.
Thanks. You take good care of yourself, yeah?
What do you say about us getting back together?
Come on in, girls. See? What did I tell you?
Ma, what are you doing?
I was having a meeting with my vacation club. It seems there are a lot of children who like to take vacations without their mothers.
Yeah, but then what do you... You are not the kind of person I want as a friend. Why don't you go to the Mortimer Club by yourself?
I don't understand.
Let me spell it out for you. Go to hell.
We had a terrific time. I really like Holly.
Holly, that has to be one of the funniest stories I've heard in ages.
Doesn't Rose ever tell St. Olaf stories?
All the time.
Hello, Blanche.
Hi, darling. Hi, Rose.
Ready for a breakout? Yeah, thanks. I'm gonna go out back, get some fresh air.
Well, won't the neighbors see you?
Just a gentleman friend paying a visit? Of course, it would look better if one of you were out there with me. Come on, Dottie.
What do you mean, come on? If you want me to do you a favor, you ask me.
All right, I'm asking. You don't have to bite my head off.
You're a No, I hate waiting.
I hate hospitals. I hate when the people put each other down on Love Connection.
Dorothy, I got here as fast as I could.
Stan, how'd you know where to find her?
Well, I had second thoughts about the price of the ring the girl...
I'm gonna go for what's behind the window.
Will you take window 1, window 2, or window 3?
Window 3, guy.
All right, Dorothy, but first, let's see what you didn't pick. Behind window 1, brand new living...
Blanche, you keep that up. You won't have that much time left.
Hi, Blanche. Sophia, what are you doing here? I'm here for your surprise birthday party. My what? What? You didn't?
Of course we didn't. Ma, there's no party. Maybe I should take you home now.
Where am I?
Oh, I'm going to do something crazy.
All right, now you just simmer down here, mister. Sit down here. I want to talk to you. Dorothy, listen, I know this isn't easy for you, so I'm going to let you in on a sorority secret that was passed on to me at Miss MacGyver's finishing school. Now, whenever you feel you're about to lose control, just take my hand and give it a little squeeze. I guarantee you'll feel a...
Take a blood test for her marriage. We find out it is not possible she is related to us. The hospital, there must have been some mix-up.
You mean they switched the babies?
Oh, but this is ridiculous.
Absolutely. We can prove it. Dorothy, show them your driver's license.
No, ma'am, that was me. What you meant, Dorothy. You mean the reason we can't sleep is because we're feeling guilty about profiting from Jasper DeKimmel's impending death.
I feel creepy every time I think of it.
We've rented it 5 times and never made it through to the end.
I know, but it always works.
I do love you, Mel, as a friend.
Like I said, sweetheart, you got a lot of class.
Life sucks.
You can't run over here every time you have a problem. I'm not your mother. I'm not even your wife anymore. Now, Stanley, it's time that you grew up. Happy birthday, Peter Pan.
You were going to spend the night at Janet's.
Well, on the way over there, I got to thinking, is there really any reason for me to be running away from Merrill? I mean, the man has paid his debt to society, hasn't he? After all, is there any man on... Dorothy, you know this is my funeral dress. I don't believe in wearing black, unless I'm a little bloated.
Did you happen to notice if my mother's all right?
Oh, she's fine right now. You know, last night she talked to me about the pain of losing a child.
I vote no. Well, I agree with Ma. I mean, why should we get involved in something that might be dangerous?
Dorothy, if it was going to be dangerous, they wouldn't let us get involved.
Blanche has a point. And besides, if anything happens, we've got the police right here with us.
Maybe
there, I have a right.
One sperm with a sense of direction, and I'm paying for it for the rest of my life. Come on.
Dorothy, I really want
Please, Dennis, I just want you to listen.
What's a nice boy like you doing with ulcers anyway? You got a job that pays and a girl who'll do anything for you. Anything. You will, won't you, Dorothy?
I'll take that as a have a good time.
Don't worry, Mrs. Petrillo. I'll have your little girl home at a reasonable hour.
Don't bother. You kids have fun. I won't wait up. Have her back by Tuesday.
This is not... Gentlemen, please! You don't seem to understand what I'm trying to tell you. The car is not for sale. Why not?
It's haunted.
What?
The car is haunted. I should know. I rode in it.
You look okay.
I'm 27 years old.
Really cute little tennis instructor. So I told him I needed lessons. Well, he came over to the house and I was in the bathtub. So I asked him if he would mind sponging off my back. He said, sure. So I waited a little while before I made my move.
But
And then...
this is disgusting. I mean, right up until the end. Sex, Rose. I am talking sex. We don't go to dinner, we don't go to the movies, we just go to bed, and it is terrific.
All that and cappuccino, too? Well, what's the problem?
So 90 years old, he gets naked and goes off down the street right past these two old ladies, Carlotta and Maria. Maria turns to Carlotta and says, "What the hell was that?" And Carlotta says, "I don't know, but whatever it was, it sure needs ironing." Nobody uses it.
You would take a desert people and put them in the ice and snow?
With the proper clothes, they'll be fine.
Renee, listen, you want to talk. Don't call a talk show. Talk to your husband.
Blanche, at the hospital, they call him Saint George. I'm married...
Blanche Devereaux. Dorothy, I can't see a thing. What's happening now?
The Harlem Globetrotters just took the court.
Hello, ladies. I want to thank you for making time for me. But I wonder if instead of reading my family tree, if I couldn't just say a few words of...
Me keep my room, and I have an interview with McDonald's today. If I can see over the counter, I'm their new fry girl.
Rose, what happened?
My brakes went out, and the car wouldn't stop.
Oh.
My whole life flashed before my eyes, and the Neuterflocken twins played a...
Ma, what's wrong with you? You've been leaving the toilet seat up all week.
Thank God. I thought I was losing weight.
Oh, girls, I have great news. I just talked to my daughter, Janet.
I'm glad. You know, we've been so worried about you.
Well, I guess you can cry just so long and eat just so much. Then you have to pull yourself together and get on with your life. Besides, there'll be other Richards. Of course, they won't be as charming or as handsome or as rich. I better stop. I'm starting to depress myself again.
Sophia, look! Tickets. She's leaving me out intentionally.
Rose, they were just misunderstandings. Now, you're overreacting.
I guess so.
Oh, these things happen between sisters all the time. I remember once my sister Virginia wouldn't talk to me for a month, all because I smiled at her boyfriend.
There, listen to Blanche.
Of course, I was skinny dipping on his...
The Sunkist building. And here's Blanche in bed with the Country Bear Jamboree.
Honey, do you know what this means? I sure do. My God, you're an animal.
Rose, these are double exposures.
Double exposure?
Yes, obvious.
I went out to the garage to feed her, and her cage was empty. Where could she be?
To go out with him.
Did we just write one last farewell letter before he moves to Saskatchewan? And that's the end of Isaac Newton.
Isaac Newton?
It was the first name that came to mind.
Isaac Newton was the first name that came to mind.
A variety of men in our lives. Well, thanks again for the ride home, Dirk. I'll see you at Tuesday's jazzercise class.
I'll see you then.
Okay.
Unless I see you before then. I mean, if you wouldn't mind, maybe we could go out.
My Dirk, did I just hear you ask me for a date?
Are you deaf? I heard him from here.
So, Blanche?
Dorothy, is that terrible?
Of course not. Honey, you're doing what you can.
Does he look nice?
Yeah.
In a suit?
Not exactly.
A dress?
Not exactly.
Culottes? Not in culottes.
One year during the Depression when I just got a block of coal, which I carved into a pair of high-top kids.
You can do anything you want to her, just don't hurt us.
Here, Marguerite, let me put this on for you. Oh, my! You look stunning. Doesn't she just look?
Then they went out and got a real neighborhood nymphomaniac to play. But Susan said, well, Rose is somebody I like a lot. She's kind of a character that I really love. And Jay,
What's wrong with a mother wanting to hold her child? Dorothy, do this for me. Sit on my lap.
Well, if you're sure,
This is too much. I can't ask him to do this.
Of course you can.
idle hands are the devil's workshop.
God, I wish I'd said that.
I don't see how doing all these chores is going to make him feel loved.
Look, Blanche, the one thing that David has never had in his life is structure. Now, doing chores will give
Me, I can't make it by myself. So I think the best thing for me to do is move back to Lily. You going out?
No, she's going to sit here where it's 112 degrees and eat enchiladas.
I just need some cucumbers to put on my eyes.
You'll have trouble seeing, Blanche.
It's very good. It reduces puffiness.
Does it work on thighs? Tomorrow I'll stand in front of the entire town and be crowned St. Olaf Woman of the Year.
Are you Rose Nyland?
Yes.
Oh, it's an honor to drive the woman that beat out Emma Immerhofer for St. Olaf Woman of the Year.
I beat Emma?
Yeah, we thought she'd be a shoo-in, running the...
I'll tell you what, I'll drop the film off when I pick up our tickets to the Philharmonic today.
Philharmonic?
Yep. Beethoven's Sonata number 29. 1 week from tonight, just you and me under the stars. Well, aren't you excited?
I'm lactating.
Look, it's right under an ad that reads, history professor seeking non-smoking Oriental woman who was into Wesson oil and bears a resemblance to Florence Henderson.
Is that sign Doug?
Yes.
I know him. He's a sick man.
Terrible.
Well, I suppose it's been nice having someone look after you since you were young.
I had to. When she was 15, I caught her under a pile of hillbillies. Picture it, me with a crowbar prying cousins off left and right. Oh, exactly what I paid for the one I ordered.
They made a mistake. They charged me for the inexpensive bed.
Merry Christmas from Neiman Marcus.
Sophia, she can't keep that bed. That'd be like stealing.
It's only stealing if they find out.
Every couple of weeks, you bring a little class to Bushman's place.
Why, Mel Bushman, are you saying you love me?
Yeah. I love you. I love you the way we are now. But, sweetheart, you start with relationships and love, and I gotta put on a tie twice a week to eat food I can't even see.
And I shot him just to watch him die. What do you mean, and?
I mean, that's all? That's all you're going to tell me about it?
We were promised to each other when we were 9.
By most Sicilian standards, he was considered quite a catch. And he was supposed to inherit the family business.
What was the family business?
Getting even.
So what was the problem? What, you didn't love him?
What are they made of?
Silly putty, Rose! I don't know, Rose. I just want to forget the whole incident. It's been a terrible night, and I am very upset.
You mean because Gil dropped out of the
The point is the two of you are going to be very happy together.
Yeah, but Dorothy, you don't think we're being crazy?
Of course you are. You're crazy and wonderful, the way you should be. Like Puck says in A Midsummer Night's Dream when it comes to love. Oh, Lord, what fools these mortals be.
Oh, Dorothy.
I'm really looking forward to dance class today.
I can see that. You're wearing your heat-seeking stretch pants.
St. Gustav by plane, Dorothy. You have to go by toboggan. Of course, traveling in the summer is really rough on the old hiney.
But it's a great way to rack up lots of frequent tobogganer mileage.
So, what are you doing here? You've seen everybody, nobody found anything wrong with you, and between their workups and mine, there are no more tests to run.
Yeah, but I know
Mrs.
how
Warner, your main complaint is you're tired. I get tired too. It's called getting old.
Dr. Budd, that's not what this is. I was the only one.
Oh, your date must have been horrified. No, her brother was a really good sport about it.
Trudy and I played a lot of practical jokes on each other. It was all part of a happy, healthy rivalry.
Oh, I was the butt of all kinds. Rose, I know I'm babbling, but it's just because I'm so excited. Maybe I should open up with a joke. No, my jokes are boring. Maybe I should just tell a story. Like the time my Uncle Gustav got drunk and tried to milk a porcupine.
Listen, Rose, we have to tell you something.
There has been a...
All right, I'll do it.
Oh, great!
Hey, Pepe, your mother's a tramp.
I'm gonna kill you, Gonzales.
It's a good thing he doesn't play trumpet. His lip looks like meatloaf.
Hello, girls. Dorothy, Rose, you all remember Laszlo? Of course. Laszlo, the artist from your museum. Oh, we really enjoyed your lecture on modern sculpture.
I didn't think anyone was paying attention.
Oh, we sure were. Especially Dorothy. She even talked to...
Sweetie pie, all the day and night time, hear me sigh.
Oh, Stanley Zbornak, I don't believe that you're trying to charm me.
Is it working?
I don't think so.
Then you leave me no choice. I'll have to pull out the big gun.
You're wasting your time, Stanley. I'm from...
I don't know a Thor Anderson in St. Louis. But he certainly knew me. Boy, it's finally beginning to happen. I'm getting old and forgetting things. Forgetting people who, at one time, were important to me.
Don't be ridiculous. You're as mentally fit as you ever were. We all are.
It's the bosun's not all right.
Now, for my encore, the Star of David.
Hey! It's Dorothy! Dorothy, glad to see you.
That's a mighty lousy pizza.
Ma, you never tasted it before?
No, and I never will again.
What the hell are you doing?
Sorry, Si. You can't pay.
Having the family I need.
Well, I would certainly never have a baby artificially, and I do not approve of you doing it either.
Well, if that's the way you want it, Mama, then you're going to lose me and your grandchild.
Chromosome away from being a potato.
Yeah, well, I gotta get up early tomorrow. I need to get to sleep, Dorothy.
Yeah, you're wearing your toupee to bed. That means one of two things. Either there's a woman in your bed or Suzanne Summers is on The Tonight Show.
Would you get to your point, Dorothy?
I didn't come here to see you. I came here to talk to her.
Especially since no matter how old we get, I'll always be the youngest and the prettiest and by far the most desirable.
You know, once again, she had me in her corner right up until the end. To be a pleasure welcoming you into our little family, and I just hope that you and Kate have all the happiness in the world.
Me too. And maybe one of you children will be a real doctor.
Irreplaceable, you.
Dorothy, I just had a terrible nightmare.
Oh, what was it?
This. Break it up. Stanley, think of me as the Berlin Wall. Try to climb over me, and you'll know what Bob...
Eminently aware, St. Sebastian's has a very big football game on Saturday.
Father, I would think that you, of all people, would have higher ideals.
The highest. What I'm trying to say to you, Dorothy, is I truly believe that he would want Kevin to play on Saturday.
Jeremy.
Well, nice to meet you, Jeremy.
It's a pleasure to meet you,
Won't you
too.
come in, sit down?
Thank you. Oh, you have a lovely home here.
Thank you. You seem like a very nice young man.
Oh, he is a very nice young man.
Becky, was she talking to you?
I'm sorry.
Hors d'oeuvres are now being served.
Oh, Jeremy, I want you to meet my mother's friends. This is Dorothy,
Have you
Sophie.
never checked her into Shady Pine? She never would have made those s'mores. There never would have been a fire, and none of this would have happened.
Hey, when you look at it like that, you are responsible.
Yeah, I never had thought about it that way. You know, it is like they're trying the wrong person. It is your fault.
Wait a second.
Let me open my own Social Security check. Best friend, yeah, right.
That little exercise certainly did not enhance things around here.
Well, I wouldn't say that. After Ma blabbed the truth, you turned the silent treatment into an art form.
My baby is gone. Oh, Sophia.
Miles, visiting hours at the hospital are until 10.
Now, please tell him I hope his leg feels better.
Oh, he feels great. He says a week in bed is just what he needs.
Tell him I'll drop by to see him again tomorrow. I went by that thimble museum. I got him a thimble from France. See...
Today, cash, of course.
Dorothy, I need a fresh eye. Does this look any good to you?
It's great.
You didn't even look at it. I bet you can't even tell me what it is.
Well, of course I can, Rose. It's... What the hell is it, Rose? On the other hand, Philip would never pick a Mayan sacrificial knife as a murder weapon. Too obvious. But it would be no problem for his sister to sneak the weapon out of his collection.
This woman's pathetic. Oh, big news. Tear out the...
Your infestation profile is threefold. You have silverfish and water bugs in the drainage areas, and under the baseboard structure you have Blattaria andropolis.
Did you hear that, Rose? The president of Greece lives under our baseboard.
Blattaria andropolis is a cockroach.
Maybe he'll be voted out next election.
What do you...
$600, you get a siren that your neighbors ignore. But with our deluxe system, an armed guard is here within 5 minutes.
I want something that electrocutes an intruder. How much more is the deluxe system?
Ladies, we're talking about the difference between being here in the morning or being steak tartare.
Productive if we conducted things in a more orderly fashion.
But you see what we have to put up with. She's an airhead. Oh, yeah, well, you're a barbell.
That's a dumbbell, you twit.
Ladies, please calm down. Now, who can give us an example that will illustrate exactly what you're trying to say about Rose?
If you mean that...
Miss Matsumo! Hi, Mr. Matsumo. I've been meaning to tell you you did a lovely job getting rid of the snails. It's nice not having to crunch when I go to the mailbox.
Good for you, Rose.
I think I'll just go to my room, take a couple of aspirin, turn out the lights, and wait for the voices.
We're not meant to live together.
I hate to agree with you, but I think you're right. I think so, too. In fact, I know so. This is exactly what happened during the Great Herring War.
The Great Herring War?
Yes, between... Don't be silly, Dorothy. They're delicious. You just have to know how to eat them. You hold your nose with one hand, and you pop a Crispy in your mouth with the other. It tastes like cheesecake, fresh strawberries, and chocolate ice cream.
Nice. It's gonna be different this time. See, I'm on this drink it off diet. You have 2 shakes and a sensible meal every day. You lose weight the fast, easy way.
I prefer the Italian diet. You drink a bottle of wine, make a smart remark, then get your jaw wired.
Oh, I thought you were going to stab Stan.
Don't be ridiculous. I mean, do you honestly believe that I would stab Stan at my own daughter's wedding?
Oh, no, I guess not.
Well, of course not. I would wait until after the wedding. There are too many witnesses.
Cosmetic surgery.
Cosmetic surgery? Why?
Because I look old, Rose. You have any idea what it's like working on a college campus?
Well, I've never worked on one, but I was the subject of a lab experiment once.
You never told me that.
There's nobody there to take care of you.
That's okay. Rather be there alone than trapped here with you. Besides, I can take care of myself. Been doing it long enough.
What do you mean?
All Mom and Dad ever do is fight. They don't even know
Listen, Rose, remember, Mom's the word. Dorothy will break the bad news in due time, okay?
Excuse me, has anyone seen... It's my treat.
With rainbow sprinkles, they're 5 cents extra.
What the hell, I'm a sport.
Rose, are you still here? Dorothy's due back with Angela.
Oh, hell I don't. This is all your fault, Stanley.
Look, Dorothy, it doesn't matter who's to blame here. The point is we're in this together. Now, if you don't want to cooperate, fine, but you're only going to be hurting yourself.
You're right, and I hate you for it.
What's all the racket?
Oh, nothing. I could just murder Stan. He bought a Corvette without telling me.
So what are you complaining about? Your father used to do things with
Ours? Reading, writing, and rooster inseminating?
No, we just teach the first 2 R's.
Fine. But you're going to be sending people out into the world who don't know you can get a nasty rooster bite if you don't warm your hands up first.
Girl, I picked up our lottery tickets. Here we go.
Oh,
here we go.
Now, I forget, how's this go again? To win something, you have to get 3 to match?
Right. If you get 3 coconuts, you win $100.
What if you get 3 palm trees?
You don't have 3 palm trees. That means you win $10,000.
Ma, I know what a palm tree looks like. I felt like you're stuck in a rut, going through the motions with no joy or pleasure or excitement.
Sure, that was my sex life with your father.
Ma, my job is routine. I have virtually no social life and nothing interests me. My life has just become dull and boring.
Where's that sense of fun?
Honey, maybe your chemistry's just off. Everybody doesn't have to like you.
Oh, yes, they do. Dorothy, you're the smart one, and Blanche, you're the sexy one, and Sophia, you're the old one, and... I'm the nice one. Everybody always likes me.
Prove our relationship, I'd be happy to oblige.
There is one small thing. In the morning, when you go out in your robe to pick up the newspaper, wear your shorts.
Awaited her prey. And what she didn't realize was the reason that Kendall went to her room. The reason Kendall ordered the champagne was to let her down easy. He'd already promised the job to me. And the reason he went to her room rather than having her come to his was that I was sharing his room.
Slut! That's right. And then one day, Stanley's going to be out of your life completely.
Not completely. There'll always be a little part of him that stays with me.
Of course, Dorothy, after 38 years, there are always bound to be some memories that stay with you.
I wasn't talking about memories. Well, I guess it's my shift.
It's okay, Dorothy. I think she's finally asleep.
Oh, thank God, I am exhausted. Haven't been this tired since my wedding night. Sure.
Yes, may I come in?
Oh, please, come right in. May I take your height?
You must be Dorothy. Rose has told me all about you.
I wish I could say the same.
Life.
Your husband sold horseshoes? I thought he sold insurance.
Oh, he sold insurance for a while, but Charlie wasn't very good at it. As soon as people said no, he'd give up. Well, insurance salesmen have to keep going till they get a yes. They have to keep talking and talking and talking.
Honey, would you hand me that large saucepan over there?
Oh, sure.
No, the one behind it, the really big one.
So what do you think?
They're adorable.
They're perfect for the show.
Take 5. Go wait in the van. It's not professional to have them here while I'm negotiating.
Negotiating? Sophia, this show is for charity.
The word charity is not in a good agent's vocabulary.
Ma,
Fired. Rose, we just did that part, honey.
sorry. I'm not very good at this sort of thing.
Of course, we'll pay you for the rest of the week. Oh, Marguerite, I hope you understand.
I never been fired from any job.
We're really awfully sorry.
Well, you should be.
लोकप्रिय आमदार मनान दिलदार कार्य त्यांचं महान लोकप्रिय आमदार मनान दिलदार कार्य त्यांचं महान आमचे लोकप्रिय नेते अरविंद अण्णा चव्हाण आमचे लोकप्रिय नेते अरविंद अण्णा चव्हाण मनान हायलय मोठा असा दयाळू आमचा नेता शिवपाड प्रेम करते आहो त्यांच्यावर ही जनता आहो मनान हायलय मोठा असा दयाळू आमचा नेता शिवपाड प्रेम करते आहो त्यांच्यावर ही जनता कलाकाराचा गुणवानाचा सदा करी सन्मान कलाकाराचा गुणवानाचा सदा करी सन्मान लोकप्रिय आमचा नेता अरविंद अण्णा चव्हाण लोकप्रिय आमचा नेता अरविंद अण्णा चव्हाण गरिबाचा हवाली तो खरा आहे दानशूर साऱ्या नेत्यामध्ये बघा आमचे अरविंद अण्णा लय वकीलदार अहो गरिबाचा हवाली तो खरा आहे आमचा निशूर साऱ्या नेत्यामध्ये बघा आमचे अरविंद अण्णा लय बोलदार लोक कल्याणासाठी रात्रन दिवस वाहे सदा जीवन लोक कल्याणासाठी रात्रन दिवस वाहे सदा जीवन लोकप्रिय आमचा नेता अरविंद अण्णा चव्हाण लोकप्रिय आमचा नेता अरविंद अण्णा चव्हाण पाटलांनी बघ कस त्यांच्या कार्याला हो चांगलं अंतकरणातून बघा त्यांना नेता आपला राम पाटलांनी बघ कस त्यांच्या कार्याला हो चांगलं अंतकरणातून बघा त्यांना नेता आपला ना झाला कधी ना होणार असा आमदारी कोण ना झाला कधी ना होणार असा आमदारी कोण लोकप्रिय आमचा नेता अरविंद अण्णा चव्हाण लोकप्रिय आमचा नेता अरविंद अण्णा चव्हाण लोकप्रिय आमदार मनानं दिलदार कार्य त्यांचं महान लोकप्रिय आमदार मनानं दिलदार कार्य त्यांचं महान लोकप्रिय आमचा नेता अरविंद अण्णा चव्हाण लोकप्रिय आमचा नेता अरविंद अण्णा चव्हाण लोकप्रिय आमचा नेता अरविंद